Welcome, everybody. It is the season finale of The Rewind. I am so sad it's ending, but I'm so excited to talk about this episode. As with me, I can speak today, apparently. With me, as always, is Maxwell and Lindsey. How are you guys doing today?
Amazing.
Not bad.
I mean, we are talking about the ending of one of our favorite shows for this season.
That's very true.
So
but I was very satisfied
with its fate currently unknown, distressingly so.
Right, everything is hanging in the balance. Oh my God, you guys are the sweetest. Yes, I love you guys. You're the best.
Precious. Hello, Precious.
Also, apparently there was an issue. Ariona. I don't know how to fix that. I will do more research. I don't know what's going on with the comment section. If you can't leave comments, let me know. Message me on Twitter and we'll figure it out. Yes, we need more. We need more. This is a call for everyone. Guys, tweet out, email, NBC, Lionsgate TV. We need a season 3. We need more of all of this. I need all of it.
I will say this. I understand its ratings haven't been great, and NBC is really shifting its gears with basically being the Law and Order / Chicago Universe network. That's pretty much all they have right now. I think it would be ideal to move the show to Peacock, so they can still create it. It's still under the NBC umbrella. Maybe they'll even have a little more freedom. They can take their time and figure it out. I would not be surprised if something like that happens. I think they should really consider that because it's a critical darling. Its fans are passionate, and in this new era of streaming and network where you can really succeed with a niche program. This is a niche program. It's not a 4-quadrant hit, but it's really resonating with a group of people. So I hope, I'm being cautiously optimistic that they're going to figure out some way to keep it going in some way, especially with this ending, because I have so many questions and so many thoughts. And if that's the last we see of it, it may be one of the most frustrating non-endings in television history for me.
I'm with Brandy on this. She says that I will hound Austin to give me scripts for where this story goes if it doesn't get picked up. I'm with you, but I would love to do like a storytellers kind of situation where we all just come into one big Zoom and Papa Austin tells us the story of how the rest of the series was going to go. As long as I know, I would love for everybody to be employed and to see it, because there's no accurate way to describe a Mandy Moore choreographed number to perfection. You just can't. No matter how good you are at imagining things, it's so different.
By the way, we didn't talk about this, Lindsey, but I somehow ended up on Gucciverse a couple weeks ago, and your significant other spent about 20 minutes yelling at me about how much he hates Zoey. So I was like,
no,
yay, good.
It was just the one song, but he also he has a thing with musicals and when they sing, because he hates Glee. So he just thinks everything is that. I'm like, no.
What I had to say to him is, as the one of the two of us who is a relatively successial theatrical producer, I think I'm more of an expert on what makes good musical television and what doesn't.
Yes,
so
100%.
Close your mouth, Larry.
I mean, I also understand. It was he was complaining about Poison, right?
Yeah.
Poison cover. I get it. It's a very quintessential, it's a very important song.
No, I get it too, but you can't judge an entire thing based on one song.
But also,
correct.
Calm your tits.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, jumping into this episode, I missed you guys last week. I'm so glad you guys are back, because you know me, I can just ramble and ramble and ramble. And I'm so excited to hear what your thoughts are regarding last episode and this episode as well. So we start off immediately with Zoey waking up in bed and everybody is singing Sing. And all I wanted to know was, who's pumping uppers into the air above San Francisco? Everyone was so happy, and no one's ever that happy in the city.
Right.
But then we go through and see everybody's day, and everybody's having a great day, and Zoey's just feeling really conflicted and withdrawn inside of herself because of everything that happened the last episode with, realizing that, maybe it's not her feelings towards Max aren't a love thing. Maybe it's a loss thing, and how intrinsically entwined that is in their story specifically, because it is like he was there at the beginning of when things started to go bad, and that was the start of their great friendship. We also find out how big of a mensch he is. Oh my God. Like, he gives him his job at SparkPoint for Zoey. It's just so great. And then we get Zoey. Like, what, Max, I'm having a massive blank. Where is Sing from? I know it's a musical.
Oh, gosh.
Me too. It came on and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Wait, where's it from?
Singing a song. Like, I remember hearing it and being like, I know this is a musical. I can like kind of picture the sets and the costumes, but I'm like just having such trouble to find it.
I'm like Sesame Street, but no. I'm like, where is this from?
Oh God, I'm racking my brain. I'm gonna figure it out.
Guys, if you know what it's from, throw it into the chat. But it's so good. Dude, Jeremiah, I completely understand this sentiment. It has helped me deal with my grief a very long time. Oh, it is a Carpenter song? Why did I think it was from like Hair or something?
No, it's definitely not from Hair. That's why I didn't think it was from a musical.
Okay. Thank you, Kaylee. Thank you very much. So the Carpenters song Sing comes on, and it's so beautiful, and we get to see very small bits of choreography, and everybody just kind of I felt like it was my heart started to clench up a little bit, because I know I read an article, an interview with Austin regarding this episode specifically, how he didn't want to write it as a season finale or a series finale. It was strictly a season finale. Because he has all of the hope in the world that we'll be able to go on and keep telling the story. And so, but at the beginning of the episode, it just felt kind of like this is everybody holding hands at the end of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and singing, and like, this is the end, and everybody's getting to sing, and we're seeing all of them. And I'm like, oh God, please don't let this be the end. And I just have like a mini panic attack at the beginning.
There's definitely an air of finality to the episode, but it also is a season finale. So, and certainly as we dive deeper, it's clear that they didn't wrap anything up.
No.
No.
They just got something started.
I know, really. I was like, oh.
There's some very loose bows tied in certain places, and like that could easily fall apart. But yes. And then we get, Zoey runs across the hall to Mo's, and Perry opens the door. Mo opens the door, sorry. And they're talking about how Mo's ignoring Perry, and Zoey isn't talking to Simon, and there's just so much miscommunication and non-communication going on that I'm just like, just talk to your men. They're beautiful and wonderful.
Yeah.
And then we go to Max, who's packing for New York. And Rose reaches into his suitcase.
Oh, so cute.
And pulls out the coffee machine the coffee maker that they had made for Danny Michael Davis at the very, like, what we saw last episode. It was their like audition piece. Yeah. And he had it in the back of his closet, and now he's taking it to New York. And at that point I was kind of like, that's something very large in a suitcase that is not that large. And you're also going away for months. And I know that Zoey and Mo had talked about how the fact that like, she's planning his going away party, and like everybody's coming, and she's like, I don't think this is just a 3 month see you later. This feels like a move, and I don't know if he's coming back. Oh, Kaylee, Lindsey, you were right. It was originally on Sesame Street.
Okay.
There you go.
That's so amazing. Sorry, just to go back, sweetie, you missed it. Yes, I think there should be a comment section below the video. If it's not, I will do all of the research to find out what's going on with that.
I could show you how to fix it.
Great.
It's really easy.
Teamwork, guys. So yeah, and so he's wanting to bring his coffee thing, and he doesn't really explain it to Rose, and like you're just starting to see like very tiny cracks in the foundation of their relationship, which we hadn't really seen before. Like they'd been pretty solid and pretty upfront about their feelings and their communication with each other, and it was going really well. So it's a nice little thing. And then we go to Spark Point. We get to see Tobenzi playing footsie underneath the conference table. And they have a cute little meeting about the flying phone that Leif had designed. And it turns out that there's a small startup of young African-American youth that created this. And Danny Michael Davis's first instinct is to squash them. And it just, you can see the look on Simon's face, just like, he's like, this isn't what we're supposed to be doing. We've talked about this.
Yeah, I really liked this plot line because I feel like it really carried on what they did in Zoey's Extraordinary Reckoning in a really positive way, while also illustrating, like, hello, cat.
No, that's Bruce.
Oh, it's a dog? Oh, all I saw was a black tail. I was like, it's a cat. Hi, Bruce. While also like giving an illustration as to how real life companies can handle these sort of situations. Like instead of, being the big guy and squashing on the little guy, especially when it's a little guy made up entirely of people of color who are trying to create this new product, you can create an incubation system and use your resources to help them. And so to see Simon be proactive about that and then Danny engage with it in a positive way, I felt was really smart way to like continue on this racial discrimination plotline that's been bubbling under the season. Because after that episode, they didn't necessarily handle it in any significant way. It's sort of just been there. Mm-hmm. And so I felt like this was a nice way, especially in the season finale, to weave it back in, be like, oh yeah, this is still a part of the fabric of our show. We're still aware of Simon's dealing with this and SparkPoint is dealing with this, and we're going to be proactive. So I really like that a lot.
Yeah, it was.
Plus, if there is a third season, they could cast some really great actors to play those roles and bring them into, make them recurring characters.
Yeah, let's expand this universe as wide as it can go without bursting. Like, let's be honest. Like, the more talented people that get involved in this, like the larger my heart swells, which is, it's getting a little dangerous health-wise, but it's okay. And then the meeting disperses, and it's Simon and Zoey, and at the very beginning of the episode, he breaks up with her when she was going to break up with him, and that was a massive shock to me. I thought that if anything, that she was going to have to, like, the issue was going to be her telling him, and like that was going to be like the big bubble bursting in this episode or this season, was them not knowing what was going to happen, and they just completely deflated that right at the beginning of the episode.
Much earlier on in the season, we had talked about Zoey with Simon and Zoey with Max. And I think this really illustrates what we had said, where Simon is passion, Simon is lust, Simon is exciting, but that doesn't always last or work. Yeah. Whereas Zoey and Max, when you could start out a relationship as best friends first, you have a strong emotional foundation, and then you can bring the lust and the passion onto that. I think that's the ideal relationship.
Yeah, and on top of all of that lust and hormones, whatever, there was also a lot of grief going around. Yes, and like that was, and they addressed that later about how that was like they were both going through such incredibly emotional times and upheavals in their lives that like you literally can't help but bond to people when you're going through that, because you are so emotionally fragile. You need any secure foothold that you can find, and if you happen to find that in another person and you can lean on each other like that, it's honestly priceless. And the way that they handled the breakup was so, I don't want to say adult because that seems to minimize it, but it's so emotionally healthy.
Yeah.
Like there's no blame, there's no yelling or screaming, like there's tears because it happened and you got a great friend out of it, and you're going through this period of your life and now it's over, and it's it was really, really beautiful. I really liked it. And then we come across David's getting nervous for a party. They go back to the house, and David's he holds up two fairly identical t-shirts. And I'm very much with Emily on this. She's like, there's no difference. And then he calls out the color by name for the one that he holds up and runs off. And I'm like, I don't know what my color shirts are. Like, this is gray. This isn't like gray. Exactly. It's gray. Like, oh, David, you're so sweet. And then we find out that Maggie's kind of getting back on Facebook, and she's talking to her high school boyfriend, and And like just that little like spark of like she very much reminded me of like a 12-year-old girl with her first crush.
Yeah.
And she like was excited about it, but like didn't want to tell anybody because they don't want to be judged by it. But like she just wanted to keep it close, but she just bursting out of her at the seams. She's so cute. And I was really hoping we were gonna get to see who they were gonna cast for it, but
there's no right or wrong way to move on. It's totally on the individual.
Yep.
And obviously when you're of a certain age and you have grown kids, getting their advice or thoughts on it can be helpful. But at the end of the day, Maggie's got to do what Maggie's got to do for Maggie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if she feels ready to get back on the horse and explore what's out there for her, she deserves love.
She deserves every good thing.
She deserves it. So.
So it's really sweet. And then we go to, is it MaxiMo's?
That sounds right.
Yeah, so we go to MaxiMo's and everybody's kind of hanging out, and Perry is there trying to patch things up with Mo while they're preparing for this going away party, and it's just really bad timing. There's like a time and a place for these conversations, and I get it. Like you want to have, like, as the person who wants to have the conversation, you want to have it as soon as possible. Because he's done a lot of thinking, and like that was a huge deal for Mo, was not being with somebody who knew what they wanted, who wasn't going to be ashamed to be with him, and really like be there 100% invested. And so he's just there trying to tell her, or trying to tell Mo like just how much he cares and how much he wants to work through it. And then Simon's there too, and they try to like. They're like, yeah, we probably shouldn't tell anybody. And then instantly, as soon as Max
there they are.
Walked in, she's like, we broke up.
We're gonna keep it a secret. We broke up. That lasted for what, 10 seconds? Also, apparently, Rachel, we may have a Streamlabs. I don't know if you want to check out.
I'm pulling it up.
Oh yeah, that is so me. Like you tell me something really important, I'm like, oh. Then I see him and I'm like, it's in the back of my mind, like, oh yeah. And they're like, oh wait, never mind. And they're like, what? And I'm like, nothing.
Nothing. And we got a Streamlab from Brandy, my sweet baby girl. You're the best.
Oh, love you, Brandy.
For when you get to the ending, I have a thought that Max. Oh, for when we get to the ending. Okay,
got it.
We'll save it then.
We'll wait.
I got you, babe. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Like sometimes when I get a secret, if it's so big, I have to tell somebody. I will literally like. It sounds so stupid. I still have stuffed animals. I will tell them because it makes me feel better.
Yeah,
because I get it out and nobody else get back to anybody.
I am pretty good at keeping secrets as long as I can tell one person. Like I need someone to know because I want to talk about it.
Right.
I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. You need to have a secret. Outlet. Whether it's a person or a stuffed animal or a poster, whatever. Like sometimes you just need to get things out.
If these walls could talk, honey.
Oh, hunty, baby, yeah. I love this. Zoe's hot messiness during that party, plus her heart, dude. Yep. Hot messiness is Zoe's brand for sure.
Yeah.
And then everybody starts. I was like, everybody has something that is going on in their lives constantly, no matter what it is, that you just need to like literally shake it off. And so when they started singing "Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift at the party, I was like, yes, like this is what everybody needs right now, because especially in today's climate with more people getting vaccinated and like the mask ban being lifted, like it's starting to get a little like, is it going to be okay now? Like it's starting to be shaky ground. Things are changing. And like, you just need to like, just kind of shake off the fear a little bit. And so I really, really get this. Brandy, that's very true.
Brandy already knows all my secrets.
Brandy is the Pandora's box.
Yeah. She's my Brandy's my go-to.
She's just the best. Yeah, she's so great. Okay,
I'm not saying if you ever want to find out something about me to torture Brandy, but because like don't torture Brandy, that would be horrible. But yeah,
that would not be great.
No. No.
So everybody's kind of dancing around and shaking it off, and then we get to Mo and Zoey are talking on the balcony about, you know, how Perry's there and he wants to talk and Mo's really hesitant and all this. And then these motherfuckers start singing We Can Work It Out in a duet. And now I need every duet sung by these two amazing artists with Mo and Perry. Like their voices just sound so beautiful together. And it makes me like so happy. It makes me a little bit angry. But they're so good. And then they're dancing around together and it's just,
so beautiful.
Makes me happy.
Yep. I was just glued to the TV. I was like, oh yeah, keep going. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're watching Zoey's. Oh, never mind. I'm going to keep watching this.
Yeah. It's just so great. And then, I really love how Mo she doesn't feel affronted whenever Zoey hears her heart song. Like it's something that she just kind of like accepts at this point because she is the first one to find out about it. I think. Mm-hmm. I think that there was like one point where she was like, "Stay out of my head," but because she was also being told things that she didn't want to hear. Right. But I love their dynamic. I love how we haven't dealt a lot with Zoey and Mo's relationship this season. But I think it's because it was so well established in the first season. I really love the fact that they can still come together without us seeing the behind the scenes like friendship building that they've done. We just know that they're cool together, and it was really great. And then we cut away to Spark Point, and I love that Leaf is the one who brought up the fact that the company was owned by these African American entrepreneurs and trying to help them. He really because before the Leaf that we've seen has been kind of like a ladder climber, and whether it's a ladder step that he's stepping on or someone else's shoulders or heads, like he didn't really care. He just wanted to climb the ladder. And now he's like, with everything that's gone on this season, he's so socially aware and he really does care. And it's like there was no hesitation in him bringing forward the information that he found. And I love, love, love this. And then everybody's, toasting because dinner is ready. And the toasts were so sweet.
Well, I love how Danny was like, I like to give it a little time before I go to somewhere I own for you to judge it up. When are you opening? I was like, this place is gorgeous. What are you talking about? Just because you don't understand their like minimalist bohemian aesthetic doesn't mean it's not. And then later on, he's like, I love this place. So
I like being at this place that I own. Thank you guys. I would love to see like a buddy drama between Mo and Danny Michael Davis. Like, oh my gosh, their dynamics are just so different. Yeah, it would just do my heart good.
It was fun to have him around more this season, and I think that was probably partly because with COVID protocol, when you bring someone up there and quarantine them, to just keep them around for a while makes more sense. But especially with the loss of Lauren Graham. Having him around a bit more in a leadership role was fun, and Noah Weisberg has done such a great job.
He's so great. I mean, when Mo and Zoey are up on the balcony, and she like sent Danny Michael Davis to distract
with the
Carrie, and he's like, "Is this like is this violating fire laws?" And he's like, "Okay, we're just gonna put this down before you light yourself on fire." It makes me so happy. Plus with everything that's been going on this season with Spark Point specifically, like you do need Danny Michael Davis on hand. Like he's like with all of the the racial injustice and everything that like with the new products that they're trying to get out, like he has to be there for this. Like he is an important part. Like they don't just want to show how something can change going up one level. They need to show it changing at the complete level of the company and the business. So I'm really glad. Plus he's amazing, hilarious, and the boy can sing and dance. Like, don't get me started.
Yeah, he's a great performer.
He's so great. But yeah, the toast, everybody's toasting, and like it just felt like it just felt like an official goodbye. And I'm like, if they're building this up to where we're saying goodbye to Skylar, I'm going to be very, very upset.
No, I didn't think that was going to be the case.
I didn't think it was, but I was hoping it wasn't. And then the true story comes out about how Zoey got hired. And I found it was really, I thought this was like my one issue with the episode was that I honestly can't believe that Leif and Tobin would keep that a secret all this time only to bring it up.
Right.
Like, I'm sure that there were like numerous times throughout like the 3 years that they'd all been working together at Spark Point where like one of them would have let like a snide comment slip about like her not really getting hired. And the only reason she's there is because, you know, Max gave his spot up for her. And I'm really shocked. That's the only thing that I'm like, kind of like, I don't really know about that. But it was handled so beautifully. And I love that, like, it was just instantly squashed and they just stopped talking about it.
Right.
And Davis was so great in that exchange. He's so great at like being emotional without showing emotion.
Yeah.
Like
100%. Yeah.
There's nothing there, but there's so much here.
Yep.
He's just a sweet little enigma. And then Zoey runs off into the prep area, and she and Max have a confrontation. And like, it just, the hurt and the shock and everything that Zoey's going through is completely acceptable. Like she even said it. She based her whole identity on this thing that she thought that she had achieved on her own. Like that was her sense of pride. And to find out that it was given to her, and then he comes back and literally is just like, no, you're the best programmer. Like you deserved this. I didn't do this to get in your pants. I didn't do this because I was getting back at my father. I didn't do this because, because I wanted to look like a good guy. He's like, I literally did this because you deserved it more. And like, can we just stop making Max like such a great guy? Like, you're really raising the bar.
Look, I just see a lot of myself in Max. I'm like, finally a male character on TV who's as wonderful and empathetic as I am. And it's just such a blessing. Thank you so much for the show.
It's 100% true. You douche. I love you so much.
One thing I've really been working on lately is trying to be like really humble and express humility. And I think that last statement I just made is like a great example of that.
It's just shining example of humbleness. I just fucking love you. And then it just like they're starting, like she starts to tell him that she loves him, I think. And they're both just holding back so much of what they want to say to each other that like my ribs started hurting because I was just like trying to hold my breath and being like giving them the space to like talk, and it didn't happen. It's just like, just open your mouths, guys. If you have something to say to somebody, just open your mouth and tell them. Talk. That's all it is, because it's going to hurt more to keep it in rather than to bring it out and to have it go bad. And then comes the point of the night of this episode where I could not contain my tears. They were just flowing freely. Yeah. And I have to say that these are the best dreams you can ever have. Sorry. And she gets to see her dad again. And they dance, and she shows him around Spark Point, and he tells her how proud he is of her. And then they sing I Lived. Somebody else talk. I gotta compose myself.
Getting emotional, honestly. Like I just got full body chills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the losses of this season was not having Peter Gallagher around, because he was such a calming influence, almost the quiet glue of that first season. And we've seen him back a few times in different capacities, this being the most significant. And I think since so much of this season has been about the way grief manifests itself in different people, we've seen it through Maggie and Zoey and her brother and Simon and et cetera, et cetera. This, I feel like this scene was finally Zoey coming to terms that she can move on a little bit. That doesn't mean you forget your dad. That doesn't mean that the grief is not going to still be there, that you're not going to feel that pain. But it was super cathartic and emotional, beautifully performed song by Peter Gallagher, just perfectly chosen song. And I think it's something I don't know if I could have articulated it, but something I've been wanting to see for the character of Zoey, where she's finally able to come to terms with the loss of her father, recognize that that's going to be a part of her, but truly take the next steps in her life for her. Just a beautiful scene, really gorgeously performed.
Yeah, it felt like that first deep, shaky breath after a really hard cry.
Yeah,
like we all know those. We get we get everybody cries, but every now and then there's that cry that you just empty your soul through your tears, and it's that first shaky breath after you've expelled everything out of you, that you just kind of like try and bring yourself back together again. And like that's what that number felt to me. It's so beautiful. Also, another tiny issue, there's no way she didn't wake up from that dream like not crying. Like,
right, yeah.
Come on.
No, I was in tears the whole time. But I just loved how she was able to have conversations and like they were able to communicate with things that she knew that these were his answers, but she couldn't ask him. Well, so this dream gives her like it comes full circle, and it's like, you know what? In my mind, yes, I knew you were going to say these things, but now that you're saying it, like Mo said, when she comes out of the dream, it's just like, she's like, it's in her face, like, hey, this is exactly what I'm talking about and what you're thinking about, but you're not truly taking it in.
Yeah. And then as like a side note, Max is in there, and her subconscious is acknowledging that, he's leaving, and what a big deal that is. I was also, because I'm, kind of a crazy human being, I was very curious as to what the flight numbers meant, if they did anything. I was really hoping to get to ask Austin that today, if he pops in, because I'm one of those, like, this means everything means everything.
It's like 723?
7023, yeah.
7023. Yeah.
Because I'm crazy and wrote that down. Yeah, and so, that's the night she wakes up that next morning, and that's the day that Max is leaving. Max and Rose are flying out to New York, and she runs across the hall, and beautifully Perry opens the door, which is so exciting. And it was so funny because she just goes, "You've got kids, I've got this." Like, it was such a tiny line, and I was like, the show is so good. And she comes in and she starts talking to Mo, and just like starts talking like her mile a minute, like hyperactive way that Zoey does. And she just comes straight out and is like, I love Max. And she's like, oh, we're going there. She's like, we don't have time to not go there. Like, what time is their flight? She's like, in 2 hours. So they're leaving now. And I'm like, SFO? Yeah, that's about right. And then they do, I love how every now and then they just throw like rom-com cliches into the show, and it's cheesy, but it's not like
I was like, wait, are we really gonna have a she chases after him at the airport scene? Right. Really? But then the way it unfolds is like not a good enough subversion on the trope to make it work.
Yeah.
How many shows have done this? I mean, literally the series finale of Friends ended that way, basically.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, okay, we've been there, but
like the biggest series finale in history, I think.
MASH may have been bigger, but definitely top 5.
Yeah, I think MASH may. It's like right there.
I was like, oh, we're doing Love Actually. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how you go. Get to that airport, Zoey. Go get your mans.
Right. I'm like, who has a car in San Francisco? Answer: nobody. But then, okay, so, wait, sorry, I lost my place in my notes because I got excited. And then we go, for some reason, we go back to the house. We go back to Maggie's house, and Maggie's sitting there, Maggie's talking to Alice, who's bringing the baby over for Maggie to watch. And Maggie starts telling Alice about how she's talking to her old high school boyfriend on Facebook, and how they've been messaging and everything. And then the night before, she asked him what he was doing, like, hey, yep, like getting a little flirty. And he goes, no, just watching Chicago Fire with my wife.
I know. And I was like, oh, way to do a little product placement, NBC.
Yeah, I know, right? But it's just, and it also, like, you could see how deflated she was. She was literally like sitting down, like leaning against a wall jam, like, or door jam, and just like kind of like, meh. Like, it was so sad. But I have to say, I'm a little sad that yes, Emily, sorry, Alice is the actress.
Yeah.
I'm really upset that we didn't get to go back into Emily, but they do address how how she's doing, and she's like, yeah, I've got these these happy pills from my psychiatrist, and like she's like, yeah, I'm having things like joy and like compassion. She's like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
She's like, it makes me uncomfortable. I'm like,
Optimism.
and optimism, that's what it was. Joy and optimism. I don't like Emily's so sweet, and so she's she's really proud of Maggie taking that step, and she's just they're being very encouraging, and it's so sweet to see that relationship, not just that sentiment being given to Maggie, but the fact that like she's her daughter-in-law, and like she really does love her and care, and like we always say, Maggie deserves the best.
She does,
and she's looking so good. Like there's no bags in her eyes. Like she looked like she showered. Like
yeah,
because she hadn't the last time we saw her, and it's really good. I'm really, really proud of her. And then we go back to Zoe and Mo pulling up to SFO.
Zoe and Mo.
Zoe and Mo. I do want that shirt, by the way.
Yes.
NBC,
I'm sure it exists.
NBC, if you're listening, I have many ideas for your merchandise line. Please contact me. My Twitter is below. And then she's like, so what's the plan? What's the plan? And Zoe's like, I don't know. I'm just going to wing it. And I'm like, oh my God, nothing ever works out for you when you wing it, Zoe. Like, how have we not learned this? You're a coder. Like there are patterns to this. Like nothing works out. And then she gets out of the car and runs over, and Max and Rose are literally just getting out of their Uber in front of them down the drop-off lane. And she hears Max singing When a Man Loves a Woman by Michael Bolton, which can Skylar East needing to record like every 90s male like hit ever, or he needs to stop singing them, because now I need everything that Michael Bolton has ever sung recorded by Skylar, because it's just so good. And literally, wait.
You good?
Sorry. I lost my place. Oh, sorry. Before that, I skipped a few scenes, and then we go. There's like a fast track of scenes, I think. But Simon goes to talk to Danny Michael Davis about wanting to create, the incubation thing for Spark Point, and to bring in the company instead of squashing it, because it goes against everything that they've been talking about this whole season. And so I think Danny Michael Davis has the best line of this episode. He just goes, we can hug.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you can hug that beautiful, beautiful man.
And he went into it with like such tenderness. I was like, how long have you wanted to hug Simon? My God. I mean, I get it.
He snuggled in like all of you guys do for me, and it made my heart happy. I was like, oh,
he definitely like breathed it all in. He's like, I'm gonna just live in this moment.
He smelled that shoulder like hard.
Yeah,
like a 90s rock star doing coke. Oh my God, it was so great.
Oh.
But yeah, then we get there, and literally my note on the song for When a Man Loves a Woman is, oh no, she thinks he's singing about Rose. He's obviously distracted. I was like, maybe there's hope. I'm hoping that what I want is going to happen. Because once Simon and Zoe broke up, I was like, ooh, she has to get back with Max. So I was super excited about that. Did you guys think that he was singing to Rose, or did you think that he was distracted enough and thinking about Zoe or something else?
I did not think he was singing to Rose.
He never looked at her.
He looked at the baggage and put the baggage down. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Rachel, I do think we may have another Streamlabs.
Yeah, I got him. From Curtis Kaleward. Said full body chills during the daddy daughter number. Yeah, it's just
gorgeous television.
It's so good. And then he also said Max's flight number during Zoey's dream was the same as the combination to lock their. Thank you so much.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. Yes,
to unlock their lunch in the flashback episode.
Ed Sheeran song. Yeah,
I knew it meant something. Thank you so much. I was just way too emotional last night to look into it, and then this morning it's just kind of been a cluster F. So thank you for that. That's incredibly helpful. It makes my mind feel so much better. It's sad that that's incredibly true. So then she walks back to the car and she's, super distraught, and she tells Mo that she heard his heart song and he was singing it. She thought that he was singing it to Rose. And, when your heart's breaking with the possibility of something like that happening, you don't really pay attention to the details. And the details was that he was literally not looking at Rose at all while unpacking. He didn't have a smile on his face. He looked dejected and like a little heartbroken. And I was so glad that he was thinking of Zoe. And then
and Mo.
So Emma, hey, can somebody contact David B and have him write up a little theme song for that? That'd be great.
Yes.
All right, I already texted him. Don't worry.
He's just the best.
Then
I wrote a note. I said, okay, so Max left, and now Simon is leaving her, and I'm just like, oh, what is going to happen to Zoe? Because she's gone through so much loss that
Here comes the Australian. No.
I mean, everyone needs a plaything now and then. It's fine.
That's a valid point.
And he's scrumptious. And not only is Simon not with her anymore, but he's also leaving her division. Like, she's no longer his boss, so she's not like she's going to see him a lot, because I'm pretty sure he's going to be leaving the 4th floor, which makes me a little sad for next season. But it also means he gets his own storyline. I kind of hope Tatiana comes back into the picture. That'd be great, because again, we just want happiness for Simon too. And then we get the sweetest scene of Mackenzie coming in to talk to Zoe and being scared because everybody's talking about Zoe and Simon's breakup, and she's like, "Oh my God, is it a death sentence to work with your boyfriend?" And Zoe just very sweetly had to tell her no, because she also witnesses Simon singing "I'm Still Standing" by Elton John, which.
Great song, and I was so happy that they picked that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's the perfect song. It's within his perfect range. Also, Mandy Moore, how dare you utilize that office so well with his choreography?
Like
Mandy Moore, could you just stop, please? Stop.
You just stop being so great, or at least let me sit in and watch you choreograph, because that's all I want in my life. It's fine. But I think it's really fun to see the way that she gets to choreograph with each of the different actors, because Simon is literally the one that she gets to literally eat up the scenery.
Yeah.
He like that one, the reprise that he did in his kitchen, where he was literally climbing almost into the cabinets during the dance of, what was it? All around me are familiar faces. That one. She just has him
Mad
doing.
World.
Yes.
Yeah.
She just has him doing such great choreography that's so acrobatic and athletic. It just makes me happy.
He is an incredible performer.
Yeah.
It makes me happy that those two can work together, because I think they're just going to keep bringing out the best in each other, and it's going to be so great.
Yeah.
And then we get, sorry, my phone keeps blowing up. And I just love the attitude.
Oh my God. What a shame to be so popular, Rachel.
Sorry. No, it's emails and shit. It's not cool stuff. But then, and I love the fact that the breakup happened, and it's such a great thing for both of them. There's not, we don't see that the sadness. It's just an acknowledgement, and he's moving on, and he's now got this great new job where he gets to do something that he's incredibly passionate about. And that he's going to be helping out a lot of people that have been marginalized, and getting into the tech world. And I'm so excited to see his path next season, because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then we get to see Maggie talking to the kids, and basically telling them that she's starting to think about getting back out there. she's starting to think about considering getting back out there, which I'm like, just go on your cruise with Deb.
Oh,
Go,
yes.
go hit on the captain. Go have a little fling at sea. Go get you, and then come back and you'll be fine. I really hope that they don't do the cruise between seasons. I really want to see them on the cruise.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I think
that
that'd
would be
great.
so fun.
And then we see, and that this is when we cut to see all of the little snippets, all the little vignettes of everybody while music was playing. I found it really interesting that they didn't play like a song, right? It was just like a musical interlude and like kept showing different snippets of different people's stories that are going on. And I love that we get to see Perry's kids running around Mo's apartment. I thought that was really, really sweet. And like, Mo and Perry trying to sit down and have like a nice dinner with wine, and the kids are like throwing stuffed animals at each other. And it's just mayhem, and I'm so excited to see how that progresses. And then we get to see Tolbenzi in the isolation egg. Like,
yeah, that was simultaneously really sweet and cute, and also kind of hot. I was like, oh damn, let's close that egg up and see what happens.
Let's see how bendy you get. Jeez, good on you.
I mean,
guys,
they're both pretty lanky. I think they could be flexible up in that egg.
Yeah.
Narrow hips help too. They both have pretty.
Unfortunately, I am never gonna have narrow hips.
Oh God, yeah, no.
But my hips don't lie, so.
Mine may fib from time to time.
Well, I didn't say I don't lie. I said my hips don't lie.
And it was just so sweet to get to like see where everybody was. And then we get our last scene.
Yeah, well, but before we get to the last scene, what we were just talking about in Brandy's comment, I agree. She said, hearing you guys discuss all this just makes me realize how amazingly we're wrapping up so many stories.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful season finale.
Yeah.
Because there are sometimes where they, a show will choose to just focus on one particular narrative and like sort of leave other stuff to the side. But this felt all encompassing, like we're going to deal with all of it and put like a nice little bow on each little storyline while still leaving things open. And now we go, and Zoey is sitting at the bench where we saw her sitting with Max. And she's fiddling with her ring. And we just hear Max's voice saying, I don't think it's actually going to make you invisible. And my heart just burst and I started crying. And I was like, this is the mending I wanted. And it's so sweet. And it's just, oh my gosh. And literally the note I wrote, they start telling, she's like, you didn't get on the plane. He's like, no, we broke up. Like, he's like, I told Rose and we didn't think that it was fair to either of us and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, why are you still talking? Like, put your mouth on his or hers. I don't care whose it is, but do this. Mouths together now.
Yeah, I was like, stop dragging it. And then Zoey starts talking, and I'm like, stop dragging it out and just kiss the man. Like, oh my gosh. Like, there's a time to talk and there's a time for action. And now is not the time for talk. And then she starts singing. And there's literally a part of me that I'm like, wait. Does Max have the power now, or is this just a flash mob going full circle to Max? But then I was like, no, because she didn't know that he got off. This can't be a flash mob. This is a heart song. And the look on his face while she's singing. First of all, it was the perfect song. I melt with it by Modern Wave.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes. Brandy. Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was so good. The dancing was so great. I literally got distracted a little bit because I was trying to figure out if they actually filmed it in San Francisco and if I had missed them being less than an hour from me. And I was like trying to figure that out. And I tweeted that out, and somebody was like, "Cheers to the post team! Like, you guys did a really good job. Confused the hell out of Rachel." I'm like, "Yeah, you did." Now going back and re-looking at it, I know exactly where they filmed it in Vancouver. And it's just
and
so
yes,
cute.
Don't forget Brandy's Streamlabs now.
Oh yeah, no, I've got it.
Yeah.
I've got it keyed up. But it's so sweet. Okay, so Brandy's fits in perfectly right now. She says, I have a thought that Max may not have powers, but Zoey's powers may have amplified where she can project her heart songs if they are strong enough. That's an interesting take.
Oh yeah.
So I think that is interesting. However, I did read an interview with Skylar earlier where he said that he's known for a while that in this season he was going to get the heart song powers. He just didn't know when or how. So they could be tricking everybody. It could just be a game, and that's possible. But I think it'd be really cool if he does have the powers.
But does that mean that he has the powers and she doesn't? Like, do the powers
I don't-
transfer to him?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I hope that
So
they
many
can both hear heart songs now. Just
Yeah.
for the duet possibilities.
Yes.
It just makes me so happy. And not those crazy duets like they had when they were trying to have sex, because that really, like, I don't want to hear anybody sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" again.
that was just funny
when
because
they were
it
moving
brought it
clothing.
all together.
Just no.
Yeah.
Like, duet to "I'll Make Love to You." Make me happy. And we end with them together, and he has the power to hear her heart song, and he's just in shock while she's singing this. Not like literally, like I think it's like equal. Like he's not even thinking about the fact that they're back together, that they're in love. He's literally thinking, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
what is going on?"
Yeah.
And I'm so here for that confusion.
Because I loved right when she started singing and I looked at his face, I was like, no. That he doesn't make faces like that. I was the whole time I was like, wait, hold on. What?
Well,
This is
just
so
the way
crazy.
it also ended too with them both about to say fuck and it cuts to black. I was like, that's perfect. That is so tonally in line with the show and just absolutely perfect way to end it. I was like,
Yeah.
bravo. Well done.
You could tell how perfect it was by the reaction of pretty much everybody watching it, just going, "No!" Because I was like, it just cut to black, and I was like, but there's more. Like,
Right.
there's just because Brandy brings up a good point. Like, is it the power to only hear her because it's technically her powers, or does he hear or is it just becoming the power to hear the heart songs of the people that you love? Like,
Right.
that could be really, really interesting.
Gosh, I hope we get more of this show. Ugh.
I know, guys, this has to happen. It has to happen.
The last time I was this potentially angry over a show ending and not getting resolution was Timeless, which is also NBC. So yay, NBC, thanks.
I mean, at least we did get another season on Netflix for Timeless.
Well, they did a wrap-up movie, so the cliffhanger and everything got resolved. So at worst, maybe they'll do that, but I'm gonna continue to be cautiously optimistic until we hear otherwise.
Yeah. I think that it's definitely, like, I know it's a bubble show, and it.
We should know soon because the upfronts are, I think, next week. So
yeah, I know that this is like a huge deal for a lot of people. I know it like won the poll that I think TV Land did, and it won by it had 12% of the vote. Oh, sorry, it had 12% of the vote, and that's huge considering that there was 25 TV shows. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. Yeah, Timeless was great.
I love Timeless.
Timeless was so good. It was so new and so original. It like this show. It was very it was very reminiscent of some shows in the past, like Smash, and trying to incorporate musicals into mainstream TV, but it also had it took such a different spin on it, and it had such heart. And not only were they addressing like personal issues, but they were addressing worldwide issues like racism and grief, and it's just, and it handled it so well that I literally can't imagine this show not continuing, because it is so different and so good, and it has such a passionate fan base. I know that during this downtime, regardless of what happens with the renewal or not, I'm going to be sending out links and encouraging people to go and just watch these 2 seasons, because honestly, it might help. Even if God forbid it gets canceled, if it gets enough watches over the down season, maybe they'll be able to bring it back for Peacock.
Peacock.
Brandy coming in with a hot question. I like this. What was your favorite number from this season? Let me check my notes. Oh God, it's so hard. I mean, I did like the Hello Dolly number at the beginning, welcoming Zoey back. That was really fun. God, there's so many. I did like the episode where the mystery, Zoey's Extraordinary Mystery, where everybody was singing each other's songs.
Oh yeah.
I think honestly, I think Emily has my favorite songs this season. Her rendition of what did she sing in the bathroom?
Oh right.
That song that I never heard before.
Yeah.
Well, it's not no. Anyone by Rihanna. That song destroyed me. And she's so amazing.
I think my favorite musical number this season was "Tearing Up My Heart."
It was
yeah, that was a good one.
But I think my real favorite. Oh God. Give me a second. I need to remember the name of the song. I can picture the scene.
Who's in it?
It's when Zoey and Danny are high and they're singing on the street.
Oh my God! Yes.
I just can't remember the name of the song. Oh, Starships.
Yes. Gosh. That was fun.
Oh yeah, guys, there is going to be a Zoey's Marathon on E on, I believe it's on Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. So go watch everything if you just want to spend like 25 hours crying, because it's 25 hours long. Yeah, Don't Stop Me Now was great when they went to go running. It made me really happy.
My favorites, yeah.
I mean, we got to see a guy dressed as Prince singing a Freddie Mercury song, like that. Just
The Fox was also pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that's my second one.
Yeah.
I can listen to his version all day, every day. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because what does the Fox say? I don't know. I have to listen to him say it.
It's literally the only version I will listen to.
Yeah.
Let's find out. What does the Fox say?
It's so bad. Yes, anyone is Demi Lovato. Thank you. My notes are hard to read sometimes. Yes, dude, he's so good. Perry has such an amazing voice. I can't recall his name off the top of my head right now, but he is phenomenal. Like, there's literally nobody in this cast that I would be like, they're all right. I'm sad that Leif didn't have more songs, because Michael has such a gorgeous voice. Like, if any and all of them wanted to release an album, I would 100% buy it and then just listen to it on repeat. Oh my God, yes. And Capil's Tracks of My Tears.
That was really good too.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to curl up on my lap so I could pet his hair and be like, baby, everything's okay. He's just, I adore him. That character, I love the characters so far. I'm excited for next season for Mackenzie to have a number, because that's going to happen. I'm hoping that Joan comes back next season. That would be great.
I think it'll happen.
Yeah.
Because I also expect by the time next season films that COVID protocols will be seriously lessened, so there won't have to be 2 weeks of quarantine. So someone could come in and film for a couple of days and then go back and do other stuff.
Yeah.
It's my guess, because,
Chris just sent one in. He said, what's one big song and dance number that you'd like to see when, not if, season 3 airs? I like your positivity, Chris.
Ooh.
Gosh.
I really love the big dance numbers. It just makes me really happy. But I don't know. I would love to see a big dance number on the cruise that Maggie and Deb take.
Yeah. A fun one.
I would like a whole episode where all the songs are like Broadway classics.
Yes.
And they could get a lot of guest stars from musicals, like Jeremy Jordan or other people like that, to really round it out. That could be fun.
Yeah, that would be a blast. Plus, isn't Jeremy still shooting in Vancouver anyway? Isn't he still part of Supergirl? Or
not anymore.
I stopped watching a while ago.
But I'm picturing, so I love Spring Awakening, and there's the song Totally Fucked, and we know how this show likes bleep, so I'm picturing Zoey and Mo singing Totally Fucked as it goes into the title credit.
I'm down for that. We have a
this guy. Okay.
Thank you, sweetie. Make poison great again. I just, you know what? There's a choice of what you listen to, and you don't ever have to choose to listen to their Poison cover again. Just go listen to Bev DeVoe and be happy. Yeah. Oh my God, was Synchronized Swimming? I didn't even think about that. Yes, I'm so.
Oh my gosh, bring it back to High School Musical Fabulous, please. Oh my gosh, yes.
Having some unrest.
Speaking of High School Musical, I would like to see Max do Bet on It.
Ooh,
please.
Yes.
He needs to be on the golf course, okay? Do the exact same routine. Like, come on. With the hand fist and then slap the water. I'm down.
If that happens, all I want is Zac Efron like walking behind him, just being like, "What is this guy doing?
What is happening?"
Like I just want to see Zac Efron and what's his name? Who played the other guy in it?
Corbin Blue.
Corbin Blue. I just want to see them playing golf and like playing through them while he's like having his moment and just being like, "This guy
doesn't even know what's up."
You know what? I'm with you, Kaylee. Oh wait, wrong one. I would love to do a concert tour. I would love if they did, mainly because I would probably force my way onto that tour.
Look, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend did some live concerts, so and that show
amazing.
Was even less watched than this, so anything's possible.
Yeah. Oh, Michael did do a great song by Chris Isaac. Oh, yeah. I mean, anytime Michael opens his mouth, like honestly, I think my favorite one was "Spell on You" from last season when he was singing to Joan and like just dug in and like got that soul out. I was like, oh my God. Like, where did this come from? So talented. I'm excited for next season. I hope we get to see Maggie dating and not like that silver fox douchebag of a contractor. Although he was incredibly good looking. Never trust a guy with a Porsche, I guess. I would love for Alice's sister to come back.
Yeah.
Like I would love, or Emily's sister, sorry. I would love for Emily's sister to come back because she was so much fun.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for like to watch, I think their son's name is Michael. I think. Whatever the baby's name is, I would love for her to come back to watch the baby just so like they can go out like that, you know, Emily and David could go out on like a weekend away or something like that.
Right.
That would be really sweet. I think it'd be interesting to see what happens with Max and Zoey, whether they move in together or not, because how great would it be to have Max and Zoey living across the hall from Mo? That just writes itself right there.
That does write itself.
It's like an entire season just right there, just across the hall from Mo. You could even title it that.
Yeah.
Across the hall from Mo.
I'm all about it.
George coming back would be nice too.
George. Who's George?
From the first couple episodes, Harvey Guillen's character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because he had that incredible exit, which sort of felt like he'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah. He's gonna be better than ever. It's gonna be great.
I feel like now that Perry and Mo are back together, we are gonna get that duet with Perry's son and Mo.
Yes.
That I've been dying for ever since that child opened its beautiful mouth and just like sang like an angel at the Science Museum. I want to see them do like Candy Girl or like I want to see him talking to Mo about his first crush or something.
Yeah.
And like have them sing Candy Girl or like
Michael Jackson.
Oh God.
Like
Kaylee Vaughn in the chat says, can we get Ted Danson as Maggie's love interest?
No, we can't, because all of my being will just explode into glitter and happiness. And
too much.
That's the end of me. It would be so great.
So precious. That'd be wonderful.
I can't deal with that. I would just rewatch that episode over and over and just like sit here crying with how perfect it is. He's busy being the mayor of LA. That's right. I forgot there was another show like that.
Yeah.
I would think that he could sing.
I don't know.
I mean, with the way that even like Peter Gallagher has progressed on this show and his ability.
Although Peter Gallagher has done Broadway musicals for a long time, so
yeah, but even in the songs that he from how he sang in season 1 to how he sang literally this last episode, it's progressed. So like you get to no, that will be my undoing. I love him so much. That boy
can sing. So
it would. Zach Levi is just
precious.
Yeah, he's perfect. I met him and took a photo with him and showed it to my mom, and I was like, "How does this engagement photo look?" She's like, "He's handsome." I'm like, "Yeah, he's great." He's wonderful.
Oh my God, Mazel Tov! When's the wedding?
Right? It's in Never Never Land because it's never going to happen.
Let's hear some enthusiasm.
It's never going to happen.
I'm glad you got the joke. Thank you for nailing the punchline.
Babe, I got you. You set this up. I just knock him out. I would love to see Zach Levi in any TV show where he gets to sing. Any time that he gets to sing is amazing. He was fantastic in was it She Loves Me?
Yeah,
that is on Broadway HD. If you haven't watched,
it is. He was Tony nominated for that, and he was great.
He was perfect in that. Oh yeah, the 20th century. Kristen Chenoweth.
I saw that too. He was very good. That was a good show.
Yeah. Kristen Chenoweth would be a great guest.
Yeah.
Oh my God, if we get Kristen Chenoweth,
love
and
her.
Deb and Maggie all in the same
there
team.
we go. There we go. That's who they meet on the cruise.
Kristen
I think I just
Chenoweth
look at that.
Cruise director.
I think I just had a gaygasm.
Oh my God!
Right?
Yes.
It just it's so good. She would be perfect.
So
and it would be great because it would be like a one-off. They wouldn't expect her to come back, but she would be perfect in it. Oh my God, they could cover like Let's Get Loud or something like that. It'd be great. It'd be so great. If that was the big number on the cruise ship that they do is to Let's Get Loud with Kristen Chenoweth singing it, I'm in.
Love it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so jealous. Yeah, I'm hoping that Nerd HQ comes back in some form because
I think it will.
Amazing. Yeah, it's just there's so many things that so many directions that they can go from here. So many more issues that they can address coming up, which I think would be amazing. I would love for George and his daughter to come back. That was who it was, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because she is coming back from Africa and she wanted to, intern at Spark Point. And I think that it would be so great if they added somebody with
what's up, Wingblade?
Oh, hey Sean. Yeah, I think that there's a whole lot of things that they can address next season. And I think it would just be really, really great because they're all so talented and they deserve jobs where they all work together again because I can't imagine them going off and working on something even half as good as this. Like it would just be a waste of their talents, I think. And it would make me incredibly, incredibly sad. What's something that this season what was the favorite thing that you got to witness this season? I know it's hard. There's so many great things.
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
I honestly think that my favorite thing was
I
honestly think it was the breakup. Was the way that they handled the breakup and how just the way they handled grief this season. And they made, getting help like not just acceptable but encouraged and something that is good and not looked down upon or demonized.
Right.
And the way that it helped her come to terms with what was going on in her life regarding her feelings for Simon and Max and bringing that in with her dad and that grief. I think that was my favorite part of it.
I think there are two things that came to mind. One was when Simon decides to go off book at the press conference and speak truth to power. And then in the next episode, he sings Black Man in a White World and bringing in the other choreographer. And then I mentioned this earlier. I mentioned Starships, but I'll never forget. I went back and watched that scene a couple times because I thought the filmmaking behind it was so cool. The way the camera was used, the way they changed the color grading.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite, like, the characters are high and having fun scenes I've seen in a long time because I'm always a fan of those scenes, but sometimes it doesn't resonate. And I thought they did such a great job. And just to see Zoey and Danny and all of them having fun after all the emotional turmoil they've been through, that was a really great scene for me.
Yeah.
How about you, Lindsay?
Well, I just like the little kid. He stands out because he's just amazing and so talented, and no one knew what was going to happen. And then I just like that Mo is in a new relationship, and you get more into the day in the life, and I just have more respect, and just excited to see Mo more on camera because of this. Because the first season is kind of like, yeah, okay, and then now you're just like, oh, whoa, yeah, let's dive in, let's really go in. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah, this
yes.
this season really did level everybody's character up
Yeah.
with the seriousness and the depth of which the things that they deal with on a daily basis. And I love how delicate and how blatant they called things out and dealt with it. It was perfect. Yeah, Brandy wants to see a love triangle with Tabenzi. That could be really fun. Sean had a comment. I didn't watch the show often, but when I did, I enjoyed it. My wifey watched it religiously. She was in a puddle last night. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It just hits real hard. What actor surprised you as a performer that you may not have known they could sing and perform so well?
Fire Marshal.
Yeah. Seriously.
Blown away.
Perry did do a great job performing. I don't think we got to see him dance a lot.
Right.
But I love that. I think it's between Kapil and Michael, because I didn't really know a lot about them. Like, I knew that the others had a musical theater background, but like when they opened their mouths to sing and they danced, I was like, what is going on here? This is fantastic.
For me, it may honestly be Andrew Leeds, because I think this season they gave him a lot more opportunity to show off his musical comedy skills, and he had some really great numbers, especially earlier on in the season where he got to shine. So,
was the song that he sang with Emily, was that this season or last season, where they're doing the dance over the dining room table? Because I
think that was this season.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite things. Like, that was so beautifully choreographed, and they carried it so well. Like, that whole storyline with Emily too, with the postpartum depression, like, she can't, like, it was just so beautifully done. You can't pick a favorite. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Brandy says, my favorite is the look on Max's face when he finally realized that Zoey has had to deal with that is this big spectacle sometimes, and not just easy peasy. I know. Yeah, I think he was taken aback with some of the fan kicks.
Oh yeah, definitely. When she was raised up and going like this, is like, oh my lord.
He's like, this is a whole production. This isn't just my goodness. There's choreography.
Yeah.
And he's like,
yeah.
He's like, have I been doing kicks like this? You've seen me dancing?
Is that why I've been sore some mornings? Because I didn't stretch. Yeah, dude, Zoe's 30th birthday party was great too.
Was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much everyone but Skylar and Alex surprised me for the most part.
It's a fair point.
Yeah. I mean, and everybody, like I said, everybody's getting so much better, and I love the camaraderie between everybody, both cast and crew. Yeah, I would love to know. Well, I mean, we know where the stories come from, but I want to know like how they got passed, because it wasn't just like a magical genie came down and like granted her these powers and then left.
Right.
Like she got them because she was in a CAT scan and an earthquake happened and all of the music downloaded into her brain. So is there like some mystical element now? I'm fine with suspending reality and just being like, whatever you want to tell me, I will accept. It's one of the few times I will say this because I love this show so much. But yeah, I would love to see them surprise me a little bit. Katie Finlay surprised you. Who did Katie play? My brain is that Rose?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she do some musicals before? Like I feel like I've seen her perform. Like I feel like I've seen her on like Disney shows or something. I wasn't too surprised with her.
She was on How to Get Away with Murder.
She was, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was like
Yeah, but I also feel like she was on like a flashback, you know, or flash forward, like some Disney show. I feel like she's a Disney kid at some point. And those kids, you don't get hired unless you can sing and dance. Even if you don't sing and dance in the show, you have to be able to, just in case you do a Hannah Montana crossover.
Yep.
Yeah. I would love to see like Pink come on the show next season.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because she's so aerobatic and she's so involved with all of her production and everything. Plus, she has that like amazing documentary that's coming out on, I believe it's Amazon in the next few weeks. And she's so great. I would love to see her play something along with Joan. I think that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, that'd be
this
so
is
cool.
me just like fan casting. And if any of this happens next season, I expect a check. Just a small one, or just bring me out to hang out on set. That's all I ask.
Behind the scenes for the show.
Right? I would love that. Let me cover it. Just let me hang out in Vancouver for a few weeks. All right, I think we're coming to the end of it. We were trying to get a lot of the cast and crew to come on, but apparently
they're not allowed anymore.
They're not allowed to anymore because Austin apparently got caught by NBC and they shook their finger. So oops.
Oops.
But great to have him on while we could.
We're just a small show.
We're just a baby show. It's
Imagine a television network being like, no, we don't want you promoting our show.
Right.
Yeah. Like, and we're helping. Like,
I mean, to be fair,
we're spreading the good word.
Yeah.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Zoey Clark?
Let me tell you all about her extraordinary playlist.
Yes. Let's begin.
It starts in the magical land of San Francisco.
The Bay Area.
Where we have earthquakes and, more importantly, cheesequakes. I know, right? But yeah, I just want to say this has been so much fun with you guys. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me, especially Max and Lindsey. You guys are two of my favorite people in the world. This has been such a great time. I just want to also shout out, thank you, Austin, for coming on the show and responding to a crazy tweet from a fan. And then subsequently getting Cap and Andrew and Skylar and who else came on? I think that was it. But also everybody who was ever involved in any of this, whether you were an editor, a props guy, or the writing team. God bless you guys. Yeah. All of the actors who had aligned, the dancers in the background, the property people at the Nest in Vancouver.
Craft services.
You kept everybody from passing out while they're doing Mandy's choreography. This has been such a joy. This has helped me on a personal level in so many ways that I cannot express. I really hope that there is a season 3. Any parting words, you guys?
It's been a great season of television. A joy talking about it with both of you, and hopefully we'll be back when the show is back to do it all over again.
Yes.
It's been a wild, extremely fun ride, and don't just give us another. It's no.
We
I
need
don't know
more.
what day it is. I don't know what year it is. No one knows when shows are on. Come on, NBC. Just let the last year, like, just give us another one. We'll be prepared this time. We'll bring everybody. I promise you. I promise you. Everybody's going to be in their right minds, ready to come support. So just NBC, just do it again.
I feel like season 2 was a balm for the craziness that happened this last year.
Yeah.
And I feel like season 3 should be a celebration for getting through it.
Yes.
So everybody, please tweet out to NBC and Lionsgate TV and let them know how much you love this show. Spread the word. Have people copy paste. Let the actors and everybody who you've ever interacted with know how much they meant to you for this show. They really do appreciate it. I know that for a fact. Anything coming up down the road, for you guys? Shows wise? Anything you got?
No.
I
just want to give a shout out, to the Facebook groups. There's a lot of Zoey's playlist Facebook groups. So NBC, really talk to those people. There's so many little communities out there. But show-wise, I have one starting in June. It was supposed to start soon, but it's okay. It's Painting 8 Easel. It's me and my friend. We're going to paint Bob Ross on mute. So I'm really excited for it. So go follow us on TikTok. We don't have any TikTok videos yet. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, but that's coming out in June. So y'all are the first ones to know. I'm not really supposed to say anything, but here you go.
Ooh.
Yay. And Max, you got anything coming up with the Pajunkin?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the PJ Campbell Network. We do all sorts of stuff like watch-alongs and other fun things. Tomorrow I'm on What the Show for theme park trivia. And I did an episode of Tim Sims' Schmodown After Show, which I think is dropping today. And I'm going to be competing in the first class league of the Schmodown. And I can't say when my first match is, but it's not soon.
Oh.
So keep your eyes peeled, guys. Follow everybody on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me below at RM Silvestrini on Twitter and Instagram. Actually, because I am getting my second Pfizer shot tomorrow, and the first one knocked me on my butt, this week's Movies, Music, and Mayhem will be tonight at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. It's with James Baney. We're going to talk Star Wars. Super excited to sit down. He's also, we also toured together on Warped Tour because he was in The Devil Wears Prada, which we actually got to, he was in the band. The company I worked for sponsored them. It was so much fun. We got to hang out. So we're going to be exchanging tour stories and talking about Star Wars. Also, massive congratulations go out to Lacey Gilleram.
Yes.
She found out today that she is pregnant, and the den is expecting its very first cub. I'm so happy. We just need to get some onesies in the Skybound purchase area, in the merch. I'm so excited, guys. This has been so much fun. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of the season until we get another third. So guys, again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, wear your masks, get your shots. Cannot wait to hug you all in person one more time. You guys are the best. And thank you everybody for watching and supporting us this season. It's been weird and crazy, but we got through it. And I know for sure that I'll be back for next season. If these two would join me, I would be so pleased. Thank you so much. And now we get to do my favorite thing. You do an awkward